Hello student. Today we have to discuss the solution of homogeneous and non-homogeneous linear system and also how can we write down its parametric vector form. So see here we have to draw the one of the tree. We write down here the linear system. Mostly we have to write down our general linear system A into x equal to B form. Sometimes in some books here we have to write down the capital B also. Here write down the small x also. It doesn't matter, but this is our general form of a linear system. Suppose we have to represent this as the equation number 1. Now here we have to write down the two cases because we have to know that there are the two types of the linear system is occur. First one is a homogeneous linear system and second one is a non-homogeneous linear system. So when we have to say that general linear system is a homogeneous and when it is a non-homogeneous, so it is depends on the values of B. If our values of constant it become all are the zero, then we have to say it become homogeneous linear system. And if our constant column matrix which contain at least one of the non-zero entry means we have to say that a column matrix is not equal to 0, then we have to say it is a non-homogeneous linear system. Now is in our next step we have to discuss about its solution. So homogeneous system is always consistent. So it is always consistent means what? It is having a always solution. It has a always solution. So there are two types of the solution. First is a unique solution and second one is a infinitely many solution. If in homogeneous system it has a unique solution, so we have to call it as a trivial solution. And if it has a infinitely many solution, then we have to call it as a non-trivial solution. But not necessarily here the unique, so it has a unique solution and then we have to say it is a trivial solution. No. The inhomogeneous linear system, it having a one is a obvious solution, which is nothing but a if our x equal to 0, x is a 0 means what? Our all variables taken the value 0, then that system is a satisfied, and this types of solution we have to call it is a trivial solution. Okay, so next one is the possibility related to the solution of the non-homogeneous system is it having a unique solution, infinitely many solution, or no solution case. So here we have to discuss the note. So first note is the system is consistent if it has a solution. Otherwise we have to say it is a inconsistent system. Second note is homogeneous linear system is always consistent. Third note is, so here we have to write down the third note which is related to the solution. The rank of A equal to rank of A augmented B, then we have to say the system is a consistent. So we have to write down, and for the consistent we have to know that it is a consistent means what? It has a solution. And if it has a solution, so there are the two possibility again, unique solution and infinitely many solution. So when we have to say that system is a unique solution and that system having a infinitely many solutions, so it is depends on this condition. The rank of A equal to rank of A augmented B, which is equal to number of variable, then we have to say the system has a unique solution. And second note we have to say here, the rank of A equal to rank of A augmented B, both are the same, but that value is less than number of variable, then again we have to say the system has a infinitely many solution. And next possibility, the rank of A is not equal to rank of A augmented B, then system is a inconsistent. So system is a inconsistent means what? The system has a no solution. So see here we have to discuss one example. Find the solution of the following homogeneous system. So not necessarily in every example or every linear system here we have to indicate that a given system is either homogeneous or non-homogeneous. Only sometimes we have to given that find the solution of the following system. we have to check whether which types of the solution are system is given, and according to this one we have to apply the steps. So here see, all these constant are the zero, so we have to say that system is a homogeneous system. So by using this system, first of all we may consider that A augmented 0. So this is our 0 column matrix. So this 0 is not a 0 number, so that 0 becomes 0 column matrix. So see here the coefficient of x1, x2 and x3. This is indicate our first row. So 3, 5, minus 4, and this 0 we have to write down here. Then minus 3, minus 2, plus 4 and then 0. 6, 1, x2's coefficient is not anyone, means here become unless 1 is present, so 1. x3's coefficient is a minus 8 and this 0. So now we have to reduce it in a reduced row echelon form. We get. So for reduced row echelon form, what we have to done? We have to check whether the first row is a non-zero or not. First entry is a non-zero or not. So it is a first row is also non-zero and first entry is also non-zero. So either in some time we have to make first of all it is a leading one, or check whether which types of the bottom entry are occur here. So here that bottom entry is occurs which is a multiple of 3. So we have to first of all using this entry 3, we have to make that bottom entry as a 0. So for that we have to use the row operation. So see here minus 3. We done the changes in a second row. So we write down here that minus 3. So minus 3 plus 3 we get as a 0. So we have to done the changes in a second row. So write down this R2, plus sign we have to keep as it is, and this plus 3 is occur in a first row. So here we have to make that entry as a 0 by using the first row's entry. So we write down that R1. So for that we convert that minus 3 into 0 by using the row operation R2 plus R1. So see here we write down R2 plus R1. Next one is this entry is a plus 6. So plus 6. And now here become plus 3. But is it a 6? Here we have to get our answer becomes 0. So when it becomes 0, so isn't 6, if we have to add the minus 6, then it becomes 0. So we get as a minus 6 when we have to multiply by minus 2 into this one. So this 3 is occur in a first row, this is entry in our third row, minus 2. So R3 minus 2R1. So we have to write down R3 minus 2R1. So we have to write down that row operation and follow over this one. So R2 plus R1. So minus 3 plus 3, 0. First row we have to keep as it is. We have to done only the changes in a second and third row. So minus 3 plus 3 is a 0. Minus 2 plus 5 is a plus 3. Plus 4 minus 4 is a 0. 0 plus 0 is a 0. Next one is a R3 minus 2R1. So R3 minus 2R1. So minus 2 into R1. So minus 2 into 3. Minus 6 plus 6, 0. Minus 2 into 5, minus 10. Minus 10 plus 1, minus 9. Minus 2 into minus 4, plus 8. Plus 8 minus 8, 0. And again this minus 2 into 0 is 0. And 0 addition 0 become 0. So we have to get in this way 0. Next one is see here we have to make this is a leading one entry, its bottom entry is a 0. So accepting the first row, first column, we discuss about remaining submatrix. So in our remaining submatrix, check whether our corresponding entry is what. So here our corresponding entry is a 3. So we have to first of all make as a 1 by using the row operation. So when we have to 3 is divided by 3, so we get as a 1. So for that 1 by 3 into R2. This row operation done on our second row. And first and third row, this first and third row we have to write down as it is. Now, so here 0, 3 by 3 is a 1, 0, 0. Next one is By using this second leading one entry, we have to make it upper and bottom entry as a 0. So for that we have to use the row operation. So again we have to done the changes in the first row. So write down the R1. Here is a plus 5, so we write down the minus 5. And here is a R2, so write down R2. Next one is a R3. So we have to make here is also 0. So write down, done the changes in the third row. So write down the R3. Here is a minus 9. So write down plus 9. By using the second row. So write down R2. So these row operations are used to make its upper and bottom entry as a 0. So we have to follow that row operation on first and third row. So second row we have to keep as it is here. So see here, first one row operation. Minus 5 into R2. So minus 5 into 0, 0. 0 plus 3 is 3. Minus 5 into 1, minus 5. Minus 5 plus 5 is 0. Next one. Minus 5 into 0, 0. 0 minus 4 is a minus 4. 0. And this one is a 0 as it is because all these entries are the 0. Next one is a R3 plus 9 into R2. So 9 into 0, 0. 0 plus 0, 0. So we write down here 0. 9 into 1, 9. 9 minus 9, 0. So 9 into 0, 0. 0 plus 0, 0 in this way. Next one is. So see here, for the reduced row echelon form, we have to make this entry is also the leading one. So for that, here become the 3. So we have to make this one by using the row operation 1 by 3 into R1. So 3 by 3 is a 1, 0 by 3 is a 0, minus 4 by 3, 0 by 3 is a 0, and other two row we have to keep as it is. Now we have to check the rank of A. So rank of A means what? The number of non-zero row occurs in A. So this is our A matrix. And this whole our A augmented B matrix. Okay, so see in our A matrix means up to this one to this one, which contain the two non-zero row. So rank of A is a 2. And when we have to go to the rank of A augmented B, so again this whole contains the two non-zero rows. So rank of A augmented B is also 2. So both are the same. So as per our remark, if the rank of A equal to rank of A augmented B, then system is consistent. So we may write down here the system is consistent. But we know that the system is consistent means it has a solution. So now we have to check whether which types of the solution is occur, either unique or infinitely many solutions. So for that, we have to go to here. The rank of A equal to rank of A augmented B, which is equal to number of variables, then system has a unique solution. And if the rank of A equal to rank of A augmented B, which is less than number of variables, then system has a infinitely many solutions. So see here, the rank of A equal to rank of A augmented B, which is equal to 2. But in our system, so how many variables are contained? 1, 2 and 3. Or maybe we have to check whether only how many columns are contained here. So it contains only 3 columns. So we have to say here the number of variable is a 3. So 2 is less than 3. So we have to say the system has infinitely many solutions. So now we have to find out that infinitely many solution. So we have to write down for infinitely many solution. We write down first of all that equation. So that equation we have to write down from our reduced row echelon form matrix. So this is x1, x2 is a 0 and this is our x3. So our first equation we have to get here x1 minus 4 by 3 into x3, which is equal to this z. Next one is the first column for the x1, second x2 and third one x3. So here 0, 1 into x2 is a x2, here is a 0 which is equal to 0. So we write down that equation x1 minus 4 by 3 into x3 equal to 0 and x2 equal to 0. We may write down here. Now check whether here x1 and x2 both are the leading variables. So which are not occurs in the first position in our that reduced equation. x3 is not present. So here we have to say x3 is a free variable, or sometimes we have to call it as a non-leading variable. So now for that non-leading variable we have to put x3 equal to t. So from our this second equation we have to directly get the values of x2 equal to 0. So now there are to remain to find out the values of x1. For finding the values of x1 there are needs to put some values of x3. So we have to write down here, put x3 equal to t, comma t belongs to this capital R, that R which is nothing but a real number. In equation 1 we get. So that equation 1 implies we have to write down x1 in our left hand side, which is equal to this minus term. When we have to shift it, it become plus 4 by 3 into t, because x3's value is a t. So therefore the solution set is, so we write down the first one is in curly bracket, write down that open bracket. Not necessarily, it is always write down the open bracket. We may write down in column matrix form also. The first one is x1 entry, then comma x2's entry, and then x3's entry. So our x1's entry is 4 by 3 into t. 4 by 3 into t. Then comma. Not here the semicolon, here only the comma. Comma. x2's value is a 0. So write down here the 0. And then x3's value is a t. So we write down here the t. Such that t which belongs to capital R. Now is in our next step, we have to take the t as a common. Here remains only 4 by 3, coefficient of t. Here 0, coefficient of t is a 1, such that t belongs to R. So this is our solution of our given homogeneous system. But here we have to discuss one additional part. It is not the part of that solution, but in some example we have to ask the question, write down the parametric vector form of our given linear system. It may be either homogeneous or non-homogeneous. So from our this solution we have to also discuss that part is here. So see here, for the parametric vector form we have to write down first of all the solution. So suppose that solution which is nothing but it. So that solution which is nothing but a values of our that x. So we may write down here. In shortly we have to say that x which contain how many variable? x1, x2 and x3. So here become the solution is that capital X which is equal to, write down in matrix form, column matrix form. First entry for the x1, x2 and x3. So 4 by 3 into t, 0 and then t, which is equal to. Now we taken the t is a common. So 4 by 3, 0, 1, t. So suppose that vector we have to denote by some variable. So suppose we have to indicate this is as a v. So we get at that equation become vt, comma t belongs to R. So that is we have to write down that capital X we may write down as a v into t, comma t which belongs to R, which is a parametric vector form of our given system. Now is in our next example, we'll find out the solution of our non-homogeneous system. So here we discuss one of the example which is related to the non-homogeneous system. So how can we say it is a non-homogeneous system? See here that entry is 2, minus 3, 2. So that entry all are the non-zero entry. So according to this one that system become non-homogeneous system. So again we have to consider here A augmented B. Not we may write down here the 0 because here present some constant values. So see the coefficient of x1, x2 and x3. So 5, 8, 7, 5, 8, 7. And that constant become 2. Now x1 is absent, so we write down here 0. x2's coefficient is a 1. x3's coefficient is a minus 1. And this entry is a minus 1. x1's entry is a 1. x2's entry is a 3. x3 is absent, so that entry is a 0. And last constant become 2. So we reduce it in a row echelon form. So when we have to use the row echelon form and when we have to use the reduced row echelon form, it depends on which types of the solution and which types of the requirement of our example. So in our previous example, we have to discuss this form also. So for that reason, in our that example, we have to reduce in our reduced row echelon form. But here, we have to find out the solution by using our row echelon form. So for that, we have to check whether first row is a non-zero or not, first entry is a non-zero or not, or it is leading one or not. So first is a non-zero, first entry is also non-zero, but it is not a leading one. So check whether in our that column which is contain leading one entry or not. So see here, contain the leading one. So for our simplicity, we have to use the row operation, interchange that two row, first and third. So we write down the row operation by R13. So first row, third row we may write down in the first position 130 with that constant 2 also. And first row we have to write down at the bottom 587 and this 2. Second row we have to write down in our that position. Next one. So by using this leading one, we have to make its bottom entry as a 0. But this entry is already 0. So we have to make that entry as a 0. For that, use the row operation. So that row operation is done on a third row. So we write down the R3. So here R3. Here is a plus 5. So write down the minus 5. By using first row's leading one. So write down only the R1. Next one is. So first and second row we have to write down as it is. Minus 5 into R1. So minus 5 into 1 is a minus 5. Minus 5 plus 5 is a 0. Minus 5 into 3 is a. So minus 5 into 3 is a minus 15. Minus 15 plus 8 is a minus 7. Next one is a minus 5 into 0. 0. 0 plus 7 is a 7. Next one is a minus 5 into 2 is a minus 10. Minus 10 plus 2 is a minus 8. Next one is a. So by using this second leading one, see here, except in the first row and first column, this one is a leading one entry. So by using this leading one entry, we have to make its bottom entry as a 0. So for that, use the row operation. So done the changes in a third row, so write down the R3. Here is a minus 7, so write down the plus 7. So by using the second row, so write down as a R2. So now, so first of all, we have to write down the first and second row as it is. 7 into R2 plus R3. So 7 into 0, 0. 0 plus 0, 0. So we write down 0. 7 into 1, 7. 7 minus 7, 0. Now 7 into R2. So 7 into minus 1, minus 7. Minus 7 plus 7, 0. 7 into R2. So 7 into minus 3, minus 21. Minus 21, minus 8, minus 29. Now, see here, the rank of A is. See here, in our that rank of A. This is our represent as a rank of A. So here only 2 non-zero entry is present. So write down the rank of A is a 2. And rank of A augmented B. So this is our A. This whole our A augmented B. So here become 1, 2 and 3 non-zero entries. So rank of A augmented B is a 3. So 2 and 3 both are not equal. So we have to say the system is a consistent, and we know that the system is a consistent means it has a no solution. So we have to stop our procedure here. Thank you.